Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Positive Behaviour Management course. Please be aware that you will need to access and download the accompanying worksheet prior to watching this video. Please pause the video and do this now if you have not already done so. Just click on Downloadables. In part 1 of the course, we looked at an example of the makeup of a typical class and considered ways of dealing with the challenges that this could bring. We suggested that positive reinforcement is a more powerful strategy than confrontation and criticism. Here in part 2, we will look closely at the role that positive and negative language can play in this. For your second thinking task in part 1, you are asked to identify 3 kinds of teacher behaviour: assertive, non-assertive and aggressive. Imagine that Anna, one of your students, is playing with her mobile phone. Again. Look at these 3 reactions. Which one would you say is assertive, which is non-assertive, and which is aggressive? Example 1.
Stop playing with your mobile phone now. Put it away.
Example 2.
You're playing with your mobile phone again. What have I said about playing with mobiles?
Example 3.
Okay, I need you to put your mobile phone in your bag. Thanks.
Which is which, do you think? We would say that the first one is aggressive. The teacher uses aggressive language in the form of imperatives. The second one is non-assertive. The rhetorical question is inviting trouble, as we are forcing an answer but might have no control over what this might be. The third one is assertive. The teacher describes the behaviour she expects. Quite naturally, in all areas of our lives, when something makes us angry, we react in ways that might be considered negative. So, let's look at a few typical reactions a teacher might make, all of which might be classified as hostile. You will see a transcription of the sentence the teacher says. When you have watched all 10, go back to your worksheet and complete the post-viewing task. Jot down how you feel the teacher could achieve the result she wants more effectively through positive language, in an assertive rather than aggressive way. You should also try to give reasons for your choice of language. Here are 2 examples. In the first one, David is more interested in talking to Tony than what the teacher has to say.
David, will you get on with your work, please? If you don't get on with your work, then there will be consequences. Do you understand? Right, get on.
Now let's look at the situation again. The teacher could have reacted like this.
David, I need you to choose to get on with your work now, okay? Otherwise you will be choosing to stay here at break. Okay? Okay, thank you.
Before we move on, let's analyse some of the language she uses. Firstly, she says, "I need you to." Rather than giving a direct order, she describes the expected behaviour. Secondly, she uses the verb to choose twice. By giving the student a choice, or at least framing the language in this way, she is passing the responsibility onto the student for his or her own actions. After all, that's what we want to educate our students to do. Make better choices, not simply allow us to make these choices for them. Finally, the assertive "thanks" at the end is far stronger than the pleading "please," as it conveys the expectation of compliance. In our second example, Tony is still writing when he should have put his pen down and be looking at the teacher.
Tony, put your pen down. Tony, put your pen down. How many times do I have to tell you?
Alternatively, she could have reacted like this.
Thank you, Dave, for putting your pen down.
Sorry? David? It's Tony who's misbehaving, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm praising David for complying with my instruction.
Of course, yes. She's thanking a student who has complied, but as a way of coaxing cooperation from another student. This is a great example of what's known as proximity praise, praising another student within physical proximity. Here are 8 more scenarios for you to analyse for your post-viewing task. Number 1.
It's always you, isn't it? Go and sit over there right now.
Number 2.
Do you think you can behave now? Okay, go back to your seat.
Number 3.
Put your mobile away.
Number 4.
Put your hand up.
Number 5.
Why aren't you working? Show me what you've done.
Number 6.
Mark, be quiet.
Number 7.
I'm not interested in what you've got to say about it.
And finally, number 8. But Tony started it.
I don't care who started it. Stop it.
To sum up, good classroom management tends to revolve around the activities we choose and the language we use. The more respect we show our students, the more we can expect to receive back. In part 3, we will be looking at other ways of establishing a positive environment in which our students can learn and prosper. Don't forget to complete the post-viewing task on your worksheet. Once you have finished, you can compare your thinking with ours by checking the accompanying answer sheet. Just click on Downloadables. You can replay this video as many times as you like. Bye for now. We'll see you again in part 3.